What up, guys? Your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. You're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Orlando, Florida for Monday, December 18th, 2017, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Mark Hamill says he would make out with late Star Wars co-star Carrie Fisher on set. The 66-year-old actor said in an interview with The Guardian that he and Fisher were all over each other after being cast as Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia in the 1977 movie. Hamill recalled, "Carrie and I were attracted to one another, but I knew from previous jobs that it would be a bad idea to get involved with someone on set. But Carrie and I found pretexts." He also said, "I remember one time, I'm sure alcohol was involved, we were talking about kissing techniques. I said, well, I think I'm a fairly good kisser. I like to let the women come to me rather than be aggressive." And she says, "What do you mean?" Well, next thing you know, we were making out like teenagers. Hamill said that he and Fisher got hot and heavy during filming, but ultimately didn't go farther than kissing. He shared, "The one thing that drew Carrie and me back from the pre-sip sips was we kind of became aware of what we were doing and just burst out laughing." Fisher was also involved with co-star Harrison Ford, who portrayed Han Solo, and detailed their affair in her memoir, The Princess Diarist, prior to her death in 2016. Ford reacted to Fisher going public in the October issue of GQ. He confessed, "It was strange for me." Hamill stars in the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, which marks Fisher's final appearance as Princess Leia. The film co-stars Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, and John Boyega. Christian Bale, Wes Studi, and Kyriaka Chikler, as well as writer-director Scott Cooper, turned out for the premiere of their big-screen western Hostiles in Los Angeles Thursday. Co-starring Rosamund Pike, Jesse Plemons, Adam Beach, Roy Cochran, and Ben Foster, the movie is set for limited theatrical release in the United States December 22nd. The project reunites Bale and Cooper, who previously collaborated on the 2013's Out of the Furnace. The synopsis reads, set in 1892, Hostiles tells the story of a legendary army captain who, after stern resistance, reluctantly agrees to escort a dying Cheyenne war chief and his family back to tribal lands. Making the harrowing and perilous journey from Fort Berringer, an isolated army outpost in New Mexico, to the grasslands of Montana, the former rivals and encounters a young widow whose family was murdered on the plains. Together they must join forces to overcome the punishing landscape, hostile Comanche, and vicious outliers that they encounter along the way. Warner Bros. Pictures has released the first poster of its female-powered caper, Ocean's 8. The poster reads, "Every con has its pros. Join the dream scheme. Hashtag Ocean's 8 hits theaters June 2018. Pictured are Sandra Bullock, Cate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, Rihanna, and Helena Bonham Carter, all wearing stylish coats and sunglasses. Directed by Gary Ross, the movie is about a band of thieves who attempt to pull a heist at New York City's Met Gala. The film follows 2001's similarly titled Ocean's 11 and its two sequels, which starred Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, and Andy Garcia. Angelina Jolie's critically acclaimed First They Killed My Father failed to make the 2018 Academy Award shortlist for foreign language film nominations Thursday. Jolie's film was filmed in Cambodia and was that country's entry for the foreign language film category. But despite the critical praise and emotional subject matter, the story is based on a memoir by Cambodian human rights activist Lung Eung, who lived through the brutal Khmer Rouge regime. The film was not on the final shortlist, USA Today reported. When the Cambodia Oscar Selection Committee announced it picked First They Killed My Father as the country's Academy Award entry, they praised it for exploring a tragic period in the country's history. They said, according to the Hollywood Reporter, committee members as well as the Khmer community found the film to be cathartic as it brought back memories often best forgotten. The countries and films that made the foreign language Oscar shortlist included from Chile, A Fantastic Woman, from Germany, In the Fade, from Hungary, On Body and Soul, Israel, Foxtrot, Lebanon, The Insult, Russia, Loveless, Senegal, Felicite, South Africa, The Wound, and Sweden, The Square. The 44th edition of the Fan Voted People Choice Awards is to air on E! November 11th of 2018. This is the first time the star-studded gala will be broadcast on the cable network. The prize honors favorite films in television, music, and digital entertainment. Production company Den of Thieves, Jesse Inkton-Toftoff, and Evan Pradger have signed on as the program's executive producer. Jen Neal, the executive producer of the live entertainment and events and executive vice president of marketing for E!, said in a statement Thursday, Den of Thieves, Jess, and Evan have incredible track records in live event productions, and we're excited to tap into their expertise along with Wilshire Studios as we evolve and supercharge this fan-centric, iconic franchise for the next generation. By moving People Choice Awards outside of the traditional award season, we're establishing a new window to celebrate the best in pop culture and will harness E!'s tremendous multi-platinum and platform reach to engage fans and drive momentum throughout the years. Ignatov says, we're thrilled to be producing the 2018 People Choice Awards for E! The PCAs are an iconic award show because they truly reflect the fans through the power of their votes. There is no better home for this show than on E! And we can't wait to bring that fan energy to the stage in 2018. The most recent installment of aired on CBS January 18, 2017. Joel McHale was the gala's host. Get Out actress Catherine Keener has been cast as series regular in the upcoming half-hour comedy Kidding Showtime set. The 10-part series stars Jim Carrey, and Carrey's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotlight's Mind director Michel Gondry will helm the project. Carey, Gondry, and Jason Bateman are among the executive producers on the series, which was created by Dave Holstein, who wrote the pilot and will serve as a showrunner. The press release explains Keener will play Deirdre, who thanklessly builds all the puppets on the hit children's show hosted by Jeff, while never being allowed to voice them. She struggles to take the simple lessons preached by Jeff and apply them to the darker complications of actual parenting. Carey plays Jeff, a.k.a. Mr. Pickles, an icon of children's television, a beacon of kindness and wisdom to America's impressionable young minds and the parents who grew up with him, who also anchors a multi-million-dollar branding empire. But when his beloved personality's family, wife, 2 sons, sisters, and father begin to implode, Jeff finds no fairy tale or fable or puppet will guide him through this crisis, which advances faster than his means to cope. The result, a kind man in a cruel world faces a slow leak of sanity as hilarious as it is heartbreaking. Keener's other credits include Being Again, Enough Said, Into the Wild, Adaptation, Being John Malkovich, The 4-Year-Old Virgin, and Capote. The It Crowd creator Graham Linehan says that he is working with NBC on a U.S. version of the British workplace comedy. Linehan told Deadline.com he will write and executive produce the series. The original show starred Chris O'Dowd, Richard Ayoade, Catherine Parkinson, and Matt Barrett. It ran for 4 seasons from 2006 to 2018 and is now streaming on Netflix. No casting has been announced for the U.S. show yet. Variety said that this is NBC's 3rd attempt to adapt the series, but the first Linehan will write. Oscar Isaac is in talks to lend his voice to the character Gomez in an animated version of The Addams Family to be helmed by Cameron Vernon. Variety said no other prospective cast members have been publicly discussed yet. The movie is set for theatrical release on October 11, 2019, Collider.com reported. Charles Addams' characters first appeared in popular New Yorker magazine cartoons dating back to 1938. They later starred in a TV sitcom which aired from 1964 to 1966, as well as 2 films and a Broadway stage musical. HBO has renewed its comedy series Curbing Enthusiasm for a 10th season. Production on new episodes is scheduled to begin next spring. The show debuted on the cable network in 2001 and ran through 2011, then returned this fall after a 6-year hiatus. Starring Larry David, Jeff Garland, Susie Eisman, J.B. Smoove, Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Einstein, Ted Danson, and Mary Steenburgen. Season 9 wrapped up December 3rd. Casey Boyles, the president of HBO Programming, said in a statement, "We are thrilled that Larry will be back with his unique acerbic wit and comedic sensibility." David added, "As I've said many times, when one has the opportunity to annoy someone, one should do so." The show was nominated this week for the Screen Actors Guild Awards for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Comedy Series and Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Comedy Series. Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, and Zendaya joined James Corden in the latest edition of Crosswalk the Musical. The Greatest Showman star performed show tunes with Corden on Broadway and West 53rd Street in New York on Thursday's episode of The Late Late Show. Jackman and his co-stars stopped traffic as they created songs and dance numbers from the musical Guys and Dolls, On the Town, and Fame in the Crosswalk. The group and their backup dancers fled the street each time traffic got a green light. Corden has previously performed the segment with such stars as Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda and Josh Gad, Dan Stevens, and Luke Evans for the Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast. Justin Timberlake welcomed Will Smith to Instagram by sharing a special hashtag TBT or Throwback Thursday post. The 36-year-old singer shared a throwback photo with Smith on his own account after the 49-year-old actor joined the photo sharing site with Ellen DeGeneres' help. Timberlake posted a picture of himself greeting Smith at the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. He explained the concept behind the hashtag TBT post in captions. The singer wrote, "Welcome to Instagram at Will Smith. This is called a hashtag TBT, which means Throwback Thursday, which is a photo you posted on Thursday that you liked that was taken in the past." He added, "I like this photo because it's a photo of you and me, and we look like we are having a serious conversation about something very important, and that makes me feel important." DeGeneres schooled Smith on other aspects of Instagram on Wednesday's episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show. She showed the star how to make a duck face and take a mirror selfie, which he shared on his account. Smith has amassed over 1.1 million followers as of Friday morning. He will next star in the movie Bright with Joel Edgerton and is also slated to play Genie in Disney's live-action Aladdin movie. Halle Berry declared herself done with love following news of her split from Alex the Kid. The 51-year-old actress appeared to confirm her breakup with the British music producer in an Instagram stories post Wednesday. Berry shared a photo of a rope in the shape of a heart after Us Weekly reported she and Alex the Kid had called it quits after a few months of dating. She captioned the picture, "Done with love," adding 3 flexes arms emojis. Berry and Alex the Kid went first public with their relationship on social media in September. E! reported the actress initiated the breakup after deciding the relationship was not for her. A source says she is much happier now. The insider added, ever since splitting from her ex-husband Olivier Martinez, she has been more cautious about who she chooses to bring around the children and bring into her life. Alex needed to go. Berry shares 4-year-old son Maceo with Martinez and 9-year-old daughter Nyla with ex-partner Gabriel Aubry. She will next star in the movie Kings with Daniel Craig. ABC fired celebrity chef Mario Batali and cut ties with the Great American Baking Show judge Johnny Ilzini following accusations of sexual harassment against the two men. Batali was fired from his role as the host of ABC's The Chew after 4 women told Eater New York he touched him inappropriately during the past 2 decades. The representative from ABC wrote on the show's Facebook page, upcoming completing its review into the allegations made against Mario Batali, ABC has terminated its relationship with him and he will no longer appear on The Chew. While we remain unaware of any type of inappropriate behavior involving him and anyone affiliated with our show, ABC takes matters like this very seriously and we are committed to a safe work environment and his past behavior violates our standards of conduct. Batali issued an apology and didn't deny any of the allegations while stepping away from The Chew and the day-to-day operations of his restaurant empire. ABC also cut ties with the Great American Baking Show judge Johnny Ilzini and decided not to air the remaining episodes of the series after 8 women accused him of sexual misconduct, including touching female employees' rear ends with items in the kitchen. ABC representative said, in light of the allegations that recently came to our attention, ABC has ended its relationship with Johnny Ilzini and will not be airing the remainder of the Great American Baking Show episodes. ABC takes matters such as those described in the allegations very seriously and has come to the conclusion that they violate our standards of conduct. The season's winner will be announced at a later date. Ilzini said that the allegations are false and issued a statement saying he was upset at ABC's decision to pull the remaining episodes of the Great American Baking Show. He says, while I understand ABC felt pressure to make this difficult decision, I'm extremely disappointed and saddened that the show will not continue to air as scheduled. I feel terrible for the bakers, fans of the show, the cast, and everyone involved in the production. I stand by my apology for some unprofessional behavior 8 to 10 years ago, but the sexual harassment allegations and many other reports against me were sensationalized and simply not true. Peter Jackson said Harvey Weinstein blacklisted Ashley Judd and Mira Sorvino while he was pitching the Lord of the Rings movies in the late 90s. A 56-year-old New Zealand filmmaker who directed the trilogy said in an interview with Stuff that Weinstein told him to avoid casting Judd and Sorvino while he was in talks with the producer's company Miramax. Jackson said of the casting process for the movies, which were ultimately produced by New Line Cinema, I recall Miramax telling us they were a nightmare to work with and we should avoid them at all costs. This was probably 1998. He also added, at the time, we had no reason to question what these guys were telling us, but in hindsight, I realized this was very likely the Miramax smear campaign in full swing. And I suspect we were fed false information about both of these talented women, and as a direct result, their names were removed from our casting list. Judd and Sorvino were among the numerous women who have accused Weinstein of sexual harassment and abuse over the past few months. The actress has reacted to Jackson's remarks on Twitter this week. Judd wrote, I remember this well, Thursday alongside a link to the interview. Sorvino confessed Friday, just seeing this after I awoke, I burst out crying. There is confirmation that Harvey Weinstein derailed my career, something I suspected but was unsure. Thank you, Peter Jackson, for being honest. I'm just heartsick. Actress Salma Hayek were among Weinstein's other accusers. The Mexican-American star said in an op-ed published this week that Weinstein pressured her to film a lesbian sex scene in the movie Frida after she rejected his sexual advances. Mom-to-be Kim Johnson gave fans a first glimpse of her baby bump in a new photo. The 41-year-old professional dancer showed off her growing belly in a throwback picture Thursday after announcing she's expecting with husband Robert Hervajak. She captioned the snapshot, #TBT, first baby bump pic at 18 weeks with twins. I popped the quit a bit more now, #Throwback Thursday, #Preggers, #Twins, #No More Waistline. Johnson had announced her pregnancy Monday by sharing a photo of a sonogram. She and Herjavec later confirmed in an interview with People that they have 2 babies on the way. The couple told the magazine, we've waited so long that we decided to double up. We're very grateful for the blessing of twins. Johnson and Herjavec, who are already dad to 3 children with ex-wife Diane Please, met during season 20 of Dancing with the Stars. The pair married in Los Angeles in July 2016. Prince Harry and his fiancée, U.S. actress Meghan Markle, have set a wedding date. Kensington Palace tweeted Friday, His Royal Highness Prince Henry of Wales and Ms. Meghan Markle will marry on the 19th of May, 2018. Today's announcement follows early confirmation of the month of the wedding and its location at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. The couple announced their engagement late last month. His Royal Prince Harry, 33, said in a joint BBC interview with the 36-year-old Suits star that he popped the question while they were cooking dinner at home one evening. Prince Harry said it happened a few weeks ago, early this month, here at our cottage, just a standard typical night for us, roasting a chicken. Markle added, it was just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural, very romantic. He got on one knee. As a matter of fact, I could barely let Prince Harry finished proposing. I was like, can I say yes now? Harry is the grandson of Queen Elizabeth II, son of Prince Charles and the late Princess Diana, and the brother of Prince William. Miley Cyrus, Kesha, Miranda Lambert, John Legend, Little Big Town, Chris Martin, Maren Morris, Sam Smith, and Keith Urban are to perform at Elton John I'm Still Standing, a Grammy Salute. The live concert will take place January 30th at the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York. It will broadcast later in 2018 on CBS. Neil Portnow, the president and chief executive officer of the Recording Academy, said in a statement Friday, Sir Elton John is an international music legend who has captivated audiences across generations for more than 5 decades. His creativity and dynamic presence and melodic virtuosity has positioned him as a cultural icon, and the Recording Academy is pleased to honor his immeasurable contributions to the music community. Taylor Swift turned into Quasimodo while dating her ex-boyfriend, according to her longtime partner. The 28-year-old star's friend Todrick Hall, a singer and dancer who competed on American Idol, said in a new interview that Swift seemed unhappy and would always hunch over while discussing a certain beau. Hall said on Thursday's episode of the Kit Craddock Morning Show, there was a time last year, I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything, she was dating someone. I never actually met this person, but I could just tell every time I would talk to her, she would hunch over. He added, I sent her this picture of her as Quasimodo that I edited, referencing to the Hunchback of Notre Dame character. Because I was like, you cannot turn into Quasimodo for this guy. Every time you say his name, you hunch over. Fans speculated Hall was talking about actor Tom Hiddleston, for whom Swift split in September 2016 after a few months of dating. Hall says the gorgeous singer now seems more happy and confident than ever. He shared, I think she's the happiest I've ever seen her. She's so happy, standing up completely straight and so tall and so confident. I just love it. I'm so happy for her. Hiddleston and Swift had a highly publicized whirlwind romance over the summer last year. The actor insisted on the March issue of GQ that his relationship with Swift was real and not a publicity stunt. He told the magazine, Taylor's an amazing woman. She's generous and kind and lovely, and we had the best time. Of course it was real. And finally, Star Wars The Last Jedi is the #1 movie in North America this weekend, earning $220 million in receipts. BoxOfficeMojo.com announced Sunday. Coming in at #2 is Fernand with $13.3 million, followed by Coco at #3 with $10 million, Wonder at #4 with $5.4 million, and The Justice League at #5 with $4.2 million. Rounding up the top tier are Daddy's Home 2 at #6 with $3.8 million, Thor Ragnarok at #7 with $3 million, The Disaster Artist at #8 with $2.6 million, Murder on the Orient Express at #9 with $2.5 million, and Lady Bird at #10 with $2.1 million. And as your entertainment report for Monday, December 18th, 2017, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.